Welcome back. We are staring at an intraday recovery now. The Nifty's pulled back or recovered 90 points from the day's low. The low today was 18,068, and from there has been a recovery. The low was hit sometime around 1 p.m. and in the last close to about 1 hour, we have seen the markets recover. A quick check on the stocks which are moving up in the last 1 hour. Well, you've got Reliance Industries, that one's contributing. So Reliance Industries has recovered. Now that's back in the green. Look at Asian Paints. Asian Paints is now back in the green as well. You also have strength coming in on Hindalco, Maruti Suzuki. So these are some of the names where you are seeing some buying coming through in the last few minutes. But let's get to our Midcap Spotlight segment. Surabhi is with us and she's going to be telling us about the new kid on the block, Sula Vineyards. This, of course, is a name that we all know, but that's made its debut on the exchanges today. Fairly subdued, down 5%. Surabhi is here with more on that. Surabhi?
Hi, thanks for that. So Sula Vineyards made its debut on stock exchanges today and it saw a weak listing. It was listed at 1% lower than its issue price of 357 rupees. Now, some of the reasons for its weak listing could be: one, it was valued at extremely high valuations. The company was listed at 55 times FY22 PE, which is in the similar range of its much larger peers, United Spirits and Radico Khaitan. Revenue for Sula for FY22 was 454 crores, which is close to 21 times lower than United Spirits, but the PE range for both was quite similar. To add to that, the company's revenue has not seen good growth in the last 3 years, and so that is something the street is not liking. Secondly, the wine market in India is still very small. Wine consumption of the overall alcohol market is less than 1%. And to put it in perspective, India consumes only 40 ml of wine per person per year versus the world average, which is 5.5 liters. And lastly, increased premiumization may also increase the competition intensity for Sula. The management does want to grow its 2,000 rupees plus category wine, and they did say to us earlier that their premium category Rasa is growing at a much faster pace than the industry. But with the possibility of FTA coming in, they will have to compete with the imported wines, and that may impact their sales going forward.
Thank you very much for that. In fact, earlier today, we chatted with the MD and CEO, Rajiv Samant. He joined us after the listing ceremony, and he's given us an outlook for the business going ahead. Listen in.
We have a fantastic journey ahead. Wine is growing faster than whiskey, than spirits, than beer. This is the story. It's a long road ahead. Sula is the leader in that. India is changing so fast. Wine has terrific prospects here. We are seeing revenues growing strong double digits. Of course, H1 was a terrific H1. Revenues were up 40% over H1 last year. We don't expect that kind of growth in H2. That's going to moderate. But we see growth across the board. 85% of our revenue today comes in from our own branded wines. But in terms of wine, of course, horizons are long. Definitely, we've got some plans for next year. I'm looking 5 years out. I see no reason why, in a few years down the road, this should not be a 1,000 crore company. I don't see any factors that are really going to push back on that. And really, I would say that that's something that we definitely have in mind. And in terms of margins, we've done some terrific work over the last couple of years, really to streamline things. So I definitely see margins remaining stable. And, it's not a bad guess to say that it's going to be in the 25% plus EBITDA margin range. That's definitely something that we're looking at.
Looking at a 25% EBITDA margin, growth will moderate in the second half of the year, but it will still be in double digit. That's the guidance given by the management of Sula Vineyards. With that, we're out of time on Midcap Radar Mutual Fund Corner when we return.
Co-powered